Chorizo Style Sausages in wine, Chorizos Al Vino, a delicious appetizer, perfect for a barbecue night or any night you just want to serve a few appetizers as your meal. Add my crusty artisan bread to soak up that yummy sauce and you are good to go. Sally that girl in the kitchen. Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sally That Girl in the Kitchen. In today's episode, I'm going to teach you how to make chorizo style sausage in a delicious wine sauce, Chorizos Al Vino. They are the most delicious appetizer you're ever going to want to have. And with some nice crusty bread, you could actually even serve this as a meal. They're so yummy. That sauce is delicious and dippable, and you're just gonna wanna go back for more. You're going to love them. So I'm super excited to teach you how to make these. So let's not wait another second and let's get started. For today's recipe, you will need 12 ounces of chorizo style sausages, 8 ounces of sliced mushrooms, 18 ounces of tomato sauce, and 8 ounces of red wine. In today's version, I'm going to be using a Mexican style chorizo, which is a little spicy, but this dish is delicious with a Spanish style chorizo and even with an Argentinian style chorizo. All of them would be delicious, and each one will give your sauce a different flavor. You will also need a cutting board and a knife, a large spoon or something to stir with, a couple of measuring cups, and a corkscrew. And finally, you will need a medium-sized pot with a lid. So now that we have all of our ingredients and tools together, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is open up my bottle of wine. I'm going to be using a Cabernet Sauvignon, but you can use whatever red wine you love. And it's best to use a bottle that you've been drinking or you are willing to drink. You don't want to use a cooking wine. You want to use a drinking wine. And so I'm going to measure out a cup of this wine, and then I'm just going to set that aside for a moment. Then I'm going to bring over my chorizos, and as I said, these are Mexican style chorizos, but you can use whatever your favorite chorizo flavor is. And then you're going to grab these chorizos, you're going to open them up, and then you're going to slice them on an angle, because this is just the typical way that you would see this when you are eating tapas, little appetizers, and I just absolutely love how they turn out when you cut them like this. So you want to slice them at an angle, and then once you chop them all up, then they are going to be ready to be cooked in our delicious sauce that we are going to be creating. So now they're all sliced, and I'm going to bring them over to my pot, which I've put right on my stovetop, and I'm just going to add all of my chorizos in. You're going to see how quick and easy this recipe is, and it's so flavorful. Then I bought sliced mushrooms. I'm using baby portobellos, but you can use sliced white mushrooms, whatever mushrooms you prefer. And I've actually even used mushrooms from a jar in a pinch. If I don't have fresh mushrooms, I could totally use those. And then right on top of that, I'm going to add the whole box of these, because this is practically 18 ounces. So I'm just going to add the whole box. I don't need to measure it out, but of course, if you're using a different type of sauce, you'd want to measure out your 18 ounces. And then I'm just going to add in my beautiful Cabernet or whatever red wine you prefer. And then I'm just going to give it all a little bit of a stir. This could not be any easier, but it's so rich and so tasty. And so now I'm just going to take my heat and turn it on, and you're going to want to start at about a medium heat, because you do want to try to get this sauce bubbling up. And then as soon as that sauce starts to bubble, then you're just going to give it all a nice little stir. Just want to make sure you're incorporating all of those delicious flavors. And yes, the ingredient list is super simple, but the mushrooms and the chorizo will add tremendous depth of flavor to that delicious sauce. So don't underestimate just how yummy these are going to be. And as I said, depending on the type of chorizo you use, it will definitely change the flavor of your sauce, but all of them are going to be completely delicious. So now my stove has been on medium. I've been cooking this for no more than maybe 4 minutes at this point, but I am going to lower my heat to either low or to a medium simmer if your stove has a simmer function. And then all I want is a very slow bubble. You see how it's just simmering ever so gently? And then I'm gonna put my lid on and I'm gonna leave a little bit of a crack so that the steam can be released. And then every so often, I'm just gonna come in maybe 2 or 3 times during the whole cooking process and give this a little stir. The best part about this dish is all it's gonna take is about 15 minutes or so to cook these beautiful chorizos and these mushrooms, and the sauce is going to be incredibly infused. It is just a gentle simmer. That's all we need, and a total of maybe 15 minutes once you put that lid on. So in total, this dish will take you maybe 20 minutes to cook. And look at how beautiful and bubbly and gorgeous it's looking. And the chorizos are doing their magic, and so are the mushrooms. They are infusing that beautiful, rich sauce that we put together with just some tomato sauce and some red wine. But wow, have these chorizos and mushrooms really done a number on that sauce? It is completely transformative. It just takes on an incredible flavor. So now that is pretty much it. It's been cooking for 15 minutes once I put that lid on, and it's bubbly and gorgeous, and I wish you could smell them. And look at these beautiful little pots that my mom had gifted me. I'm going to be using them to serve these beautiful chorizos because it definitely gives it that Spanish tapas feel, which I love so much. And they just look absolutely adorable. And of course, they're going to be super yummy and they smell incredible. That wine, that tomato, and all those spices from the chorizo, wow, just absolutely delicious. My mouth is watering. So in this particular recipe today, I am using, as I said, a chorizo, which is really a Mexican type of chorizo. So it has a kick to it. It's definitely spicy, but there are chorizos that are not spicy. The Spanish style and the Argentinian style are usually not spicy. Some of them come spicy and some come without. So definitely focus on that when you choose the type of chorizo you are going to be using to make this dish. So now I'm going to serve myself some because they're looking so absolutely delicious and the smell is over the top. Super, super yummy. I'm definitely making sure to get plenty of sauce. Look at how delicious these look. They're just super rich, and as I said, they're perfect as an appetizer, or you can serve them with some crusty bread to just soak up all of that yummy sauce. Oh, so good. Okay, so here I am, ready to go in. They're looking beautiful, meaty, just absolutely perfect. So tasty. I really love a good chorizo, and when you prepare them this way with these mushrooms in this delicious sauce, they are beyond good. They're super tasty. Let me get another bite together with a mushroom because I love them. Incredibly tasty, super savory, and that sauce, it is crazy good. It's literally spoonable, dippable. You can pour this over some rice or some quinoa. It's just absolutely yummy, and as I said, with some crusty artisan bread, even better. Yum, yum. I'm going to be sure to link my artisan bread to this video so that you can find it because it is absolutely perfect for this delicious, rich wine and tomato sauce. So good. So how crazy good do these look? I told you they were going to be super yummy and I wasn't kidding. That sauce, spoonable. You can dip it, you can spoon it over anything. You can serve this with some rice or some quinoa and call it a meal, or of course serve it as an appetizer to share, and everyone can just have a little bit, grab a little bread and just indulge. They are super delicious, super easy to make, and I know you're gonna love them. Trust me. No, better yet, don't trust me. You're gonna have to try to make this recipe yourself. And of course, if you've enjoyed today's recipe, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thank you so much for your beautiful comments, for liking my videos, and for sharing them with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed to Sally That Girl in the Kitchen on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and to touch that little notification bell so that you get notified every time I put up a new recipe video, which I do all of the time. Those of you who watch me know I put videos up constantly. If you go over to my video tab and explore there, you're gonna find so many recipe videos already up. And of course, if you're not following me on social media, please be sure to follow Sally That Girl in the Kitchen on Facebook, Instagram, and on Pinterest. And you can find me as Sally That Girl FL on Twitter, Snapchat, and on TikTok. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Sally That Girl in the Kitchen.